great race programme at Happy Valley on a Wednesday night, which is our pre-Christmas meeting as well. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win, your guide to Hong Kong racing. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined here in the studio by Paul Lally, our form analyst, and race caller Brett Davis as well. And Brett's competitive night all the way through, but a real cracker to finish the card. Absolutely, Andrew. Yeah, that's a terrific contest, the final race, and I think there's some other races that will certainly create some betting interest throughout the night. Of course, a ho-ho Christmassy theme now on course as well for the Valley, which is perfect timing, really, isn't it? Ho-ho field running as well. Lucky start on January the 1st, massive TT there, Paul, but pretty good one Wednesday night too. Wouldn't complain, would you? 4.1 million is the TT jackpot coming up on Wednesday night, so looking forward to that. That's the only jackpot to speak of as such, but some really good competitive fields all the way through. I thought, as you said, that last race is an absolute Christmas cracker. It is. All the races named after planets too. And one first starter, quite an interesting one for Paul O'Sullivan as well. Sonic? Yeah, he's actually been here for a while, the horse. So it's going to be interesting. I think we've got an interview coming up with Paul a little later. We'll find out more. Looking forward to that. Before we get into Wednesday night, though, let's look back on Sunday first with our racing review. Now, we had a number of first starters stepping out at Sha Tin on Sunday as well. This one made a fair impression. First up here, easy go, easy win, 1,200 metres, and he's only a 3-year-old, so we're talking derbies. We've got to wait for over a year for him. Yeah, but there's a lot of people suggesting that he might be sort of one of the early flavours for that potential derby. He's cut down a nice horse here in Amazing Star. It was more the way he did it. Look at him, he's a real leggy type, covers the ground particularly well. Reading after, John Moore, in his comments to the press, I get the feeling was reasonably confident that he'd run quite well. Didn't win in Australia in Sydney before he came here, but he ran some good placings. He did, and one of those was behind Kamantari, who went on to win the Caulfield... run second in the Caulfield Guineas. Yeah, so some very, very good form there. John Sargent had him when he was down there, and by Savabeel, you know, the further he goes, the better, derby-wise. So looking forward to seeing how he goes there, and easy go, easy win. And it was an easy one. Future's bright for him, for sure. Another first start as well, also from John Moore's yard. Good standing in the last. He was good. He was, yeah. Pingwu Spark was exceptional, wasn't he? The way he got out of all sorts of bother. But yes, good standing. Big unit, really charged to the lead. It was mentioned, obviously, on numerous occasions and by numerous people that he was still big and had a lot of improvement in him. But if this is any sign on what's to come, if he improves 5, who knows, 10 lengths on this, he's a serious animal. And Pingwu Spark is putting his name up in lights as a serious animal as well, Paul. Yeah, you throw your tickets away at the 200 because we had a perfect run up to land and then he just couldn't get out. He couldn't get out and you thought, oh, there's no way, he's 1,300 pounds. He's not going to get out and flatten out like that. And he did, and it was just... Great. Yeah, a lot of people were surprised at the amount of dash he showed when he got clear, including the jockey. Yeah. Derek Long, after the race, said so as well. Well, he got a couple of days for that as well, because getting clear meant he had to move Eastern Express out of his way. But when you're 1,300 pounds, you can do that. And, who was he pointing at there? It was only Zach inside him, wasn't there? But Derek, so yeah, got a couple of days for his trouble over New Year's. Well, we see that similar with 50-50 twice, haven't we? The same sort of thing. Got caught up on the inside and had to get out, and Karras got suspended. But it's massive. I think there were a few missing actually, Andrew. Yeah, Karras is bigger than Ben Hur. That one. For that one. Yeah, so they enjoyed that. The Pingwu Syndicate. As far as the ratings changed, so Pingwu's got 6 for that. Still puts him into 3 figures though, doesn't it? Triple figures. Yep. Easy Go Win got the most, got 9. Paul's best bet of the day, Noble Steed, was quite impressive, and he got 8. He looks like he could capitalise on that win again too in his next event. And Lean Perfection was quite a good effort in the first because he was a little slow to move and he worked his way through the field and did it quite comfortably in the end. What do they do with pick number 1? Because he's unbeaten he's up 8 there. He's unbeaten on the dirt. And he ran really well at Sha Tin. I reckon he'll run well at Happy Valley. Yeah, if they take him there. Ugly Warrior's another one too. He was very good. Good to see Keith Young was on track as well on Sunday. He'll be back this Saturday, accepting rides. He's been off for a week or two. Week too late. All right. Yeah, he missed a couple there, didn't he? Proud Sky and Enjoy Life. But those are the big winners on the weekend. See if we can find some more with our horses to follow. All right, so staying away from the obvious one in good standing, Paul, what have you got for us?
I'm going to go with a horse of Frankie Law's, actually, called Tie Smart. Now, they changed his tactics on this. He'd been leading or been right on the pace. You can see they dropped him out the back, just the way the circumstances worked. But once he got into the clear, he was momentarily held up at the 300-metre mark. You can see he still hasn't got out. But once he did get out, he comes on the inside here of Roundabout, who did run third. He finished a really nice close-up fourth. I thought it was a... they might have unlocked the key to this horse, maybe just rode him a little bit more patient. And of all these horses finishing, I thought he finished off just about the best. So.
Yeah, and as you say, Paul, a lot of those other runs he'd been on the pace and building fitness, and he might be a touch more patient in the future, maybe.
Frankie Law won that race as well with New Elegance. Yeah. But what have you got, first starter?
Yep, going to go with a horse called Turin Red Star, who was named Munro in the UK before he came to Hong Kong. He had some good efforts on the poly track over there on various tracks, but he was also effective on the turf. I liked his trial at the Valley leading into this, just the way he worked home. And this, of course, was the race won by Easy Go, Easy Win. He gave away a big start, but just the last sort of 100 metres here, you can see him get to the outside and he really picks up late. He's going to maybe take another run or two, but I just like the way he worked to the line. I get the feeling he might be a nice 50-metre horse on the dirt. So just put that down in the diary. It was maybe a race for him.
It was a good run, but do you reckon his stable name's Marilyn? Well,
could be, judged on his previous name.
Marilyn Red Star doesn't make any sense, does it? Have fun together for me out of the first race. First, there was a number of first starters in this race, and it's one by one as well in Lean Perfection. Just keep an eye on him, though. He didn't show as much gate speed as I'd expected, but you can just see he's always just running into trouble. He can't get a clear run. A lot of this comes down to inexperience. He wouldn't take the gap, go up the inside. Had he gone through there, would he have won? No, but he had finished closer. Gowden of Garage ran a better race as well, while on the outside. But you can just see him, when it's all over, starts to hit the line again. But Lean Perfection was a good winner.
Yeah, it was, but I agree with you, Andrew. The first half of the race, a complete forgive, but he got some experience.
What if they'll try a gear change with him just to try and make him a bit more focused?
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
All right. Suspensions, we've touched on this already. Derek Long picked up a two-day ban, 27th to the 2nd. And his wife's due around that time as well, so hopefully it works out nicely for him. So he's missed a couple of days there, Derek. All right, so it's an 8-race programme for us at Happy Valley on a Wednesday night. C+3 course. Big one is the last, and a planetary theme, as Brett was saying. The opening event, 1,000-metre Class 5. Ever Strong drops into Class 5 for the first time. World City back into Class 5 himself. Rugby Diamond with speed. Windful Patrol goes forward as well. Idyllic Wind, a last start course and distance winner. Highland Dragon was 5th behind Idyllic Wind. Glory Horse, he's got some pace as well, but a wide gate down to Bliss Cartel. 0 from 30, tries course and distance for the first time.
Yep, no need to announce the title of the first. It was right there on screen. Good to fast the expected speed. It's 1,000 metres and it's Class 5, and there's a couple of noted front runners who have been beginning very well in their last few starts. Rugby Diamond and Wind for Patrol. So they look the two. Ever Strong, I don't know whether coming back to the 1,000 he'll have the pace to go with them.
He works okay, though. He's downgraded, isn't he? So his work here, this last 400 in particular, did take a little bit while to wind up. So you might be right there, Brett. He might just have to get a bit of cover. He wouldn't want to be caught wide. Windful Patrol's going nicely. Says 24.6, but I think he's going a little bit faster than that as he comes down as well. And he's a really well-rated horse at this stage. He ran nicely at his last start, although he doesn't win out of turn, to be fair. And Oriental Fantasia's going really nicely as well. And he's a horse I don't really normally like or put into the numbers, but I think he might get his opportunity here. He's getting on in age too. 25 rating, it's a Class 5.
There's a few of the old boys in there, isn't there? Highland Dragon's a 9-year-old as well, who ran in this first race we're going to have a look at. There's one by Idyllic Wind. Now, Windful Patrol out in front and went quick enough as well. They collared him down the straight. Yep,
Idyllic Wind's a 9-year-old too. And he's still racing with great enthusiasm. Got the tongue flapping there, as you can see. He's got a bit to do, but he just picks up. He's won 7 races, this guy. He's been a terrific money spinner for his connections. And cut down Windful Patrol final stages. That's Ra Chu almost knocking him over final stages. Can he back it up? They don't generally, but it was a good effort.
Yeah, he's still well rated. I mean, he's won off 43 in Class 4 before this particular horse, but it's a bit of a dad's army races with a few of these.
Yes. That last win as well was the end of a hat-trick. He won 3 on the road, so he can do it.
He can do it,
2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Ever Strong. He's a 4-year-old. He drops into Class 5 for the first time. this was his effort, and again, he was pushed to lead on this occasion.
He was. Now, he's by Savabeel, so you wouldn't expect him... you expect 1,000 to be too short, but he's been running OK over the distance. The hood will come off him. The question mark I had with him was just a barrier draw, barrier 9. We didn't want to see him caught wide, but he has come down into Class 5 and his work's been good. I found a place for him on a 4th line.
I feel for him a little bit. I don't think he knows whether he's Arthur or Martha. One start they charge him forward, the next start they drop him out to last, the next start they charge him forward, the next start they drop him out to last. When he first started trialling, they were riding him quiet and he was hitting the line nicely, and a lot of us thought, oh, he looks nice. He hasn't really had time to sort of mentally settle into some type of pattern. So until he does, I'm happy to sit on the fence. But there's an engine there to win a race like this.
All right. I'm keeping a check of the Savabeel mentions as well. That's 2 so far. If you keep a record of the Tavistocks, we'll tally him up at the end of the...
Maybe Paul should keep a record of both.
Class 5 to kick us off for Windfall Patrol is our favourite.
Well, they just do well up here, don't they? In the Fantasia, yeah, on top here. A horse I don't normally put him, but from a low barrier draw, 25 rated, I think he'll get his opportunity. Idyllic Wind, I've got him in there for 2nd, not sure if he can back it up, but he is still well rated. Windful Patrol will get to the front, he'll be out of trouble, he's the current favourite. And Arthur or Martha in there for 4th, Ever Strong, but I'll be going exotics.
Fair enough. I haven't got Ever Strong in the tips, but I do think he's capable of winning a race in this class for sure, ridden with a touch of patience. I'm going to throw out a little wobbly here, Whistle Up. He's had 3 runs back this prep, 2 at 1,400, then went on to the all-weather at 1,200. Paul showed his track work leading into that and he was working well. He stuck on OK in that race won by Sky Treasure. I like the 1,000. I think that's where he's going to do his best. He can sit on the back of Rugby Diamond and Windful Patrol and might be a little chance of cutting them down. So he's going to be my long shot. Whistle Up from Idyllic Wind, who's an honest old campaigner, and then the 2 speed horses. I'm happy to play the 8 on an each-way basis in the first.
Yeah, I think it's tricky. I've ended up with Highland Dragon, had a race taken off him last season. He's a 9-year-old as well, but a good draw. We'll see how he goes.